All right guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we just got done doing some cold weather bass fishing, cold water fishing. I pulled that fish out of the water and he felt like an icicle. That's just the way it goes this time of year, but don't let it stop you. If you guys want to see what I'm doing to catch my fish, check out this video. Not only is it entertaining, but it is informative. I give you guys some good pointers and tips for winter pond fishing, so check it out guys. Also, this was the first bass of 2024, so if you guys caught your first fish already, comment down below, let me know if you did or not, and what fish was it. Also, on that note, if you haven't checked out my most recent video, it was a compilation of all the best fish from 2023. Go ahead and check that out right now, and stay tuned for this one guys. It's a good one. Appreciate it. Alright guys, so we fished this lake, pond, lake, whatever you want to call it, in the springtime, and we caught a really nice bass. It was about 4 pounds. Have not been here since then. I was hoping the water was going to be a lot more clear, but it's really dirty. It's not really dirty, but it's stained. So with that being said, we're going to try this drop shot. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like we'll probably have better luck on the jerkbait. Might have to switch up colors. But it is January. It is 52 degrees. We just had a cold front. So we're going to be doing some finessy winter type fishing. Hopefully we can get on something. We got an hour, maybe 45 minutes left of daylight. So we're going to start right here. There's a nice brush pile. So I'm going to throw the drop shot over there. And then we'll fan cast with jerkbait and move on from there. And we're just going to be working stuff really slow, guys. Really slow. Trying to see if we can get on something. This isn't really a great color. I got a dream shot on here. I forget what color it is, but it's like brown and something. And this is pretty shallow over here. Like, I don't expect fish to be here yet, but we're going to give it a shot. They might be out deeper, so we'll start shallow and work our way out deeper as needed. Get some pitch over there. So there's a brush pile here, and then we got a tree out there. So we'll go fish that tree next, most likely. It's probably way too shallow. I really don't want to get hung up in this tree. I got hung up on it a couple times last time, so I'm trying to avoid that. Yep, there it is. There's the tree. And that is exactly what I was worried about. There we go. Got it out. So we are throwing an 8-pound test, 8-pound P-line, 10-pound braid. P-line is the leader, obviously. I'm gonna take my braid off here shortly. For the winter, I like to go 6-8-pound test. If they get real finicky and the water's real clear, I'll go down to 6. Generally, I'm trying to get away with the thickest line as I can. Well, not the thickest, but the highest pound test, just to avoid losing fish and lures. So, but in the wintertime, one hot tip for you guys: 6 and 8 pound test works great. If you're going around heavy cover, maybe go up to 10 or 12, but you know, go light. That's the trick. Go light, downsize the lures, all that good stuff. The other nice thing about fishing in the winter is there's not a lot of people, so there's not as much pressure. This is one of those lakes that gets a lot of pressure. It's got some really good fish in it. People know about it though, so you're usually competing, especially on this side of the lake, with other people, and there's nobody here right now. So if you're hardcore enough to fish in January, then you're gonna have a good chance catching some fish. As long as you're doing the right winter techniques, you know, drop shots, jerk baits. Finicky rigs are really good in the winter. I don't have one of those tied on. I might end up doing that. We'll see. All that kind of stuff is great. And we are in the South, Oklahoma, South Midwest, whatever you want to call it. It's more south, I think, but it doesn't get as cold here. You know, our lakes and ponds and stuff usually aren't freezing, and so it's kind of like, oh, I thought I just had one. It's kind of like Texas in that even in the wintertime, you're still going to have a little bit of a reaction bite. It's not as bad as the north, in the Northeast. Nowhere near Florida, but throw this jerkbait around a little bit. This is a Yuzuri ADSP jerkbait. Nice little natural color on there. Not really what I want for this water clarity, but we're gonna give it a shot anyways. I don't feel like retying yet. Just got here. Let's just see if we can get bit and if I can do this without getting a bunch of backlash. All right, there's been a development. So I messed up my bait caster just now pretty bad and forgot my knife, and it's just gonna be a pain. So we're just gonna forget the jerkbait for now and try throwing our drop shot around and see if we can come up with something. So here we go. All right, we're gonna try the corner of this pond. So the corner areas of ponds are usually pretty good. I think a lot of times you get brush like this stuff built up, and then on top of that, the fish can corner bait fish and all their food up in this area. So usually they're a pretty good spot. We'll see. If we don't get hit soon on the dream shot, I'm probably gonna switch to another bait. Really what I want to use is my jerk bait. My rod is just torn to bits right now. It's not worth fixing it because I don't have enough time to fish. So we could put the jerk bait on the spinning rod. We might do that, as a matter of fact. And I have caught one right out here, kind of out in the open. So cast out there. It might be a deeper hole that they sit in. It was dead of summer and I was fishing deep with a wacky rig, which that might be another thing to try, is to just throw on either a Texas rig, Senko, or a wacky rig and just kind of drag it. And say forget the drop shot, because there's not a whole lot of cover over here, and I typically like to throw drop shots around cover. The cover is on that side of the pond that's mostly private, and there's a lot of people outside, so I don't want to be over there and get anybody mad like I did last time. There's a fish. There's a fish. There we go, guys. Okay, on the dream shot. Oh, there we go, guys, on the drop shot. Let's go. Ooh, he is cold. Guys, this is the first bass of 2024 right here. He's not big, but man, he fought pretty good, especially for being as cold as he is, and his lips are super red as if he's eating craws, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, awesome fish, you guys. Get a little picture of him, and then we're gonna go ahead and let him go. I am just happy we caught one. Like I said, guys, slow things down. Drop shot in the winter. We're in coldest month of Oklahoma right now, and we're getting bit. All right, guys, here's the release on him. There he goes. Good fish. Okay, so fish do like to stack up pretty well in the winter, so we're gonna keep fishing this spot for another couple minutes, because if they are stacked up, then we want to do our best to get on as many of them as possible. And just when I was doubting the dream shot, well, I'm not doubting the dream shot, I'm doubting the color of it. It's more of like a natural color in this really dirty water. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. I was about to switch over. What I'm using for my drop shot, guys, this is a Lou speed stick. It's a HM30, not super high-end model. I think it's like $100 for the whole combo, if I'm not mistaken. It's a medium 7-foot fast action. Really good finesse fishing rod, in my opinion. I really like it. This is like my favorite spinning rod. You guys see me use it in like every video. I have the Mock Smash in medium heavy 7-foot fast action, and it almost feels like an extra heavy. It's like a really heavy spinning rod, which is nice because you get a lot of sensitivity, but at the same time I feel like it's a little bit overpowering for finesse in a way. So I tend to like a medium. I'm sure everybody's got an opinion on it, but that's just what I like. So my advice to you guys, when you find one you like, stick to it. Don't worry about what everybody else says. Fish with whatever you enjoy, whatever you like. You're going to be more effective that way. You're going to feel more confident. So keep it that way. All right, guys, so we got a little bit of a grass line right here, and then we got a big open channel. So I think this will be a good spot to throw the drop shot around. I'm going to go out deep first and bring it in shallow. We'll fan cast out a little bit, see if we can come up with something. It looks like a good spot down there, but it actually gets super shallow. So we're just going to fish this channel. See if we can get something here. If not, we'll call it a day. Just going to take what we can get. We at least caught one in January. That's hard enough as it is, especially in pond. If you guys aren't aware, ponds cool down a lot faster than lakes do. So generally in lakes, the warmer water is going to be towards the bottom, out deeper, which is why the fish tend to move out deeper in the winter. In a pond, the problem is that basically all of it cools off if it's not deep. So generally, you're going to find them in the deeper parts of the pond, which I don't have access to the deeper part of the pond on that side, but on this side, this channel actually gets pretty deep. So this is going to be a good spot to fish. But we did catch one up shallow over there, so maybe they are up shallow. We're going to have to fan cast around a little bit, see what we can come up with. One of the other things too is like really be patient when you're fishing in the winter. It's so hard and you just like really want to reel it in and you want to power fish, and that's just how I am. I like to move, I like to power fish, and it is tough in the winter to just sit still and move super slowly, but that is what you got to do. All right, guys, that's it. That was the last cast. I'm just happy we got our fish. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. It's getting dark. I got stuff I gotta do. We fished for about 45 minutes to an hour. We caught a decent one for a pond in Oklahoma in January, I should say. But either way, I'm happy. That was the first fish of 2024. So we're going to be back at it again next week, guys. Stay tuned. Here's pretty soon we're going to be doing some trout fishing. That should be a lot of fun. We're going to go wade in a lake. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Have a good night.